Hi beautiful, welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my top 10 product recommendations from the month of May. This is my new favorites type of video for every month. I'm going to kind of switch the name a little bit. For a while there I felt like every month I didn't have new favorites to share because I kept using the same products from prior months, but now that I'm doing this full time and that I'm reviewing a lot of products every month, I feel like I have to hold back. I have to contain myself to 10 spots because otherwise I want to tell you about every single thing I made a video on this month, because a lot of what I tried I really like. So I'm like, let's do top 10. Let's rank your top 10 from the 10th most recommended to the most recommended product of the month. And I hope you guys like it. Definitely let me know down in the comment section if you think this is a good idea. Everything that I'm going to talk about in this video will be linked down below in case you guys are interested in everything that I'm using on my face today, which I filmed for Instagram, will also be linked down in the description box of the video. So let's go ahead and get started. I am going to start by cheating just a little tiny bit. This is not in my top 10 because I talked about these lipsticks last month, so I don't think it's fair to put them in this video, but I did try new colors this month and I wanted to tell you about this one in particular. So this is a bonus item right here. The Huda Beauty Cream lipsticks, I have been obsessed with the formula and I just tried the color Angel this month and I am obsessed with that shade. Absolutely love that color so much. It is perfect for this time of year. It is the most perfect light color pinky nude lipstick. So Angel from the Huda Beauty Cream lipsticks is definitely a recommendation. But I did talk about this lipstick formula last month, so I just wanted to add this color recommendation real quick. But now we are going to get started with the top 10. This month was full of so many releases, and coming in at number 10 I have the Zendo palette from Natasha Denona. I definitely have had a lot of fun playing with the Zendo palette in this month of May. I think this color story is beautiful, and while it's kind of similar to some of the other Natasha Denona eyeshadows in my collection, I think that the color story on its own, it's nice and unique. As I did my 5 looks 1 palette video with this palette, I really grew to love the pastel shades that the palette has. In Natasha's cream eyeshadow formula, I think the colors build up really nicely on the crease. They make for really good transition shades. You just have to use them with a little bit of a thicker brush. And the reason this palette is at number 10 versus in the top few products of the month of May is because even though I do really like the color story, I would have definitely loved to see the glittery formula that Natasha Denona has in this palette somewhere. I like her shimmers. Her shimmers are good, but you guys know I love duochrome shades. I love sparkly shades. I love anything that makes the eye shine, and in this palette I didn't really get any of those colors. So while I absolutely love the mattes that come in here, I just really would have liked a little bit more glitz in this palette, and I think it would have been absolutely perfect. However, I do really like it. I like the formula. It is in my top 10 favorites of the month and I do recommend it. Moving up to the 9th spot, I have the Westman Atelier Gloss. This one has a bit of a complicated name. It's like a Sun-Kiss Gloss Balm Squeaky Clean Liquid Lip Balm. So I have mine in the color Nana. I have been putting that wrong in every description box this month. I kept putting that I had the color Chow Chow, which is pale pink, and it turns out that I had Nana, which is the cool beige shade, so I need to change that. Anyways, this is what I'm wearing today with a Huda Beauty lip liner, and I am obsessed with the shine and the subtle pigmentation that this lip balmy gloss has. I absolutely love that it is a lip balm because it gives me all of this shine without making my lips sticky at all whatsoever. It definitely feels more like a balm than a lip gloss. It gives me lots of moisture. I will say it's not like the longest lasting lipstick. I do feel like I have to reapply it often. However, I just really love the color that I got. I love the shine that this gives you. I think the formula is absolutely incredible. It is Westman Atelier. You do get the really nice luxurious packaging, but it definitely comes with a bit of a luxurious price tag as well. This was the product that I was the most impressed with when I did my Sephora haul video this month, because I really didn't expect anything from it. I didn't even know it was a new launch. I found that out after I filmed my video. I just saw it on the Sephora website and it piqued my attention, and now they're all sold out minus one shade. So it's not just me that loved it. A lot of people must have really loved this one, because at the time that I'm filming this video, at least, it is fully out of stock. So I absolutely love the way that this one performs. I wish it lasted a little bit longer, but it's definitely one of my favorite finds for the month of May, and I do recommend it if you like a glossy lip that is not sticky at all, that has the most amazing shine and the most perfect amount of pigmentation. Plus the packaging looks cool, so I absolutely love that about it too. Let's move on to product number 8, and product number 8 is a Gucci setting powder. I have mine in the color 03, and I think this color is absolutely perfect for me. It's not an under eye setting powder, so it's not going to brighten my face, but it is the perfect color for the rest of my face. Now, this Gucci bronzer really surprised me, because even though I've seen it mentioned before, I don't think I heard that it was as good as I find it to be. I absolutely love it. It's not a powder that gives you a ton of coverage. It's on the sheer coverage side, but whenever I put this on top of foundation, I just think it blurs my skin so beautifully. It evens everything out. It takes the shine away, but the blur is undetectable, and it's absolutely beautiful. I don't feel like I have powder on when I wear this one. However, my pores just look smaller, more diminished. Things blend really nicely on top of this. And I got a couple of comments about the Dior powder, no powder versus this one, and I can tell you guys right now, if I had to pick one, I would absolutely do this one. I thought the powder no powder was good until I tried this one, and now when I've compared them to one another, I don't even know what I was thinking, because this is honestly that good. I absolutely love that beautiful blurred effect that it gives my skin. It is fantastic, and I definitely highly recommend it. This was a really incredible find this month. This was not even on my radar. And thanks to that Sephora haul video that I filmed, I decided to give it a try. So if you've been thinking about the Gucci setting powder, I really liked it and I recommend it. Moving on to the 7th spot, I have the Natasha Denona Mini Star palette. This was something else that was not even on my radar. Like, whenever I can add a palette to my collection, I do. So when I was looking online to try something new, this one definitely piqued my attention because it has some very beautiful colors in it. Since I've had it, I've definitely used it 2 to 3 times. I'm really obsessed with this beautiful dual chrome shade right over here. It just is such a beautiful color. It has such a nice shift, and this shade in the middle right here is so pigment, such a nice buttery beautiful shimmer shade. That's definitely one of my favorite shades in this palette. The green is really cute too, but I feel like I'm not as impressed with the greenish shade as I am with these two. These two I'm absolutely obsessed with. And the other 2 shades that I felt were really amazing are the matte shades. This matte transition type of color right here is very special. It's so nice and neutral. It is perfect to combine with the rest of the shades in this palette for incredible looks. And this brown shade right here is also perfect. I think the reason I really love these shades of mattes is because they're both so neutral. Like neither one of them look too cool tone or too warm tone. They are just perfect. These are the types of matte shades that you can really use on absolutely any look that you want to create. These shades are truly versatile. Plus the Natasha Denona formula is incredible as always, and I just absolutely love the shades that came in this palette. I think it's incredible that I have this one ranked a little bit higher than the Zendo palette, the Zendo being the new release, because I'm just a shimmery dual chrome type of person. This is how you get me to fall in love with a palette right here. Not to mention this little palette is only like $25 and you can get a lot of use out of these shades. Okay, product number 6 was actually product number 1 from my cream blush rankings video, and that is the beautiful Tower 28 cream blush. I have mine in the color Magic Hour, and I am obsessed with this cream blush. It is currently my favorite cream blush in my collection. It just has the perfect pinky nude shade that gives you just the right amount of color. It blends beautifully. It builds beautifully. You can also use it on your lips as a lipstick shade. And if you guys are interested in seeing a swatch, definitely go check out my cream blush rankings video. This one, spoiler alert, is definitely my number 1 cream blush, and it's because the formula is just perfect. You pick up just the right amount of product. You don't have to worry about blending it out because you put too much on, or having to add more because it doesn't build up. It just has the perfect amount of pigment on it. Plus, it just sets to the most beautiful natural finish on the skin. So if you've been wondering about cream blushes, this right here is 100% the way to go. Okay, so now we're getting on to the top 5 most recommended products for the month. And at number 5, I have another product from Gucci, and that is the Gucci bronzer. Oh my god, it matches my background. So this bronzer was something that I also picked up when I did my Sephora haul video, and I have used it to do my makeup every time since, except yesterday and today because I tried the new Huda bronzer and that's what I'm wearing. I wasn't sure whether to get shade number 2 or number 3 because I've heard from multiple people that shade number 3 is actually a little bit lighter than number 2, but when I was looking at the pictures, I really liked that shade 2 had much more of a cool tone on the formula, and so I went ahead and picked up this one, and I'm really glad I did because it's a bit of a different bronzer in my collection. I feel like most of my favorite bronzers in my collection have more of a neutral undertone. I didn't have anything quite as cool toned as this bronzer, and I really love the effect that it gives on my skin. I like that I look really sculpted without having to do 2 steps. I really also love the finish that this Gucci bronzer has. It's not matte, it has a little bit of a satin finish to it, which I really appreciate because it looks really natural on the skin without having a lot of glow or shimmer or sparkle. Plus, I am obsessed with the beautiful packaging, of course. So this right here is the first product from my top 5 most recommended in the month of May. Moving on to number 4, we are going to talk about the Pat McGrath blushes, and these are my top 2 blushes from what I picked up right here. So I have the color Flirtatious, which is the lightest one of them all. If you like a nudie pink blush, get this one. Now don't let the pale pinkiness confuse you. This blush actually packs a really good punch. If you don't like a lot of blush, definitely use it carefully because even though it looks nice and innocent right over here in the pan, you can actually get a lot of pigment from it. I feel like this one would work even for somebody with a medium toned complexion because it really is that pigmented. And then the second one I have is the color Nude Venus, which is actually the one that I'm wearing today on my cheeks. It matches my eyes so good, and it's just a little bit more of a peachy toned blush, which I've really been into lately. I actually like both finishes of the Pat McGrath blushes. This one here is a matte finish. This one's one of the ones that has a little bit of a shimmery finish, I think they call it, but to me is like a satin borderline shimmer. Like, it's really not extremely glowy. It doesn't have any big chunks of shimmer or sparkle in the formula. It just gives you a very pretty glow to the face. So both formulas are absolutely divine. And these two right here are the top two colors from the ones that I picked up. These are now available at Sephora as well as on the Pat McGrath website, so you can order it from wherever you want. And I will go ahead and leave you guys both links down below so that way you can choose where to get your fix from. Okay, so top 3 products of the month, and I have the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation at number 3. I don't know what took me so long to finally try this foundation, and just like I suspected, it reminds me a lot of my Pat McGrath foundation. Now my Pat McGrath foundation is one of my top favorite foundations of all time, so immediately this one became a favorite as well. It has the most perfect natural finish with a medium buildable coverage. It is very lightweight, very skin-like. This is a fantastic foundation. I have mine in the color 4.5, and I get what the hype is about now, because this foundation is really fantastic. If you have normal, combination, dry skin, you are going to absolutely love this foundation from Armani. No wonder it is their best selling product, and honestly the best thing that they make. In love with the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I am so glad I finally tried it and I finally have it in my collection, and it is very highly recommended from me if you've been thinking about it. Okay, now this one is going to surprise you because it is not my number 1 recommendation of the month. It's actually my number 2 recommendation, and that is what I'm wearing on my eyes today, which is the new Pat McGrath Quad. This one is called the Venus and Fleurs Looks Quad in Voyeuristic Vixen. Every time I think I'm saying that wrong, and I probably am. This palette, if you guys watched the video, if not, I definitely recommend that you go watch it, made me cry because of this beautiful, stunning shade right over here. I still cannot get over how beautiful that shade is. I can get emotional all over again. It is just gold and pink and just shimmery, glowy, fantastic. It just has the perfect shift between gold and rose. Look at it on my eyelids. I am obsessed with this palette. Not only is that shimmer amazing, this highlight color is beautiful, the bronzy shade is to die for, and this matte color right over here is just perfect for the crease, and it blends out beautifully. By the way, I think this formula, and I kind of observed this while I was filming the video, but I didn't want to say it for some reason. I think that she somehow made her matte formula better, starting with this palette. Because I like her matte formula, and I feel like while her colors are super pigmented, you can also blend them out to be more of a transition shade, which is why she doesn't put a lot of mattes in her palettes, because her mattes are very versatile. Now, I found that this specific matte in this palette was creamier and more blendable than mattes from previous palettes of hers that I have tried, which is definitely a wonderful thing, because I feel like the one negative thing that you guys give me feedback on sometimes is you say I bought a Mothership palette because you love it so much, and I just don't really love the mattes. And I've always said Natasha Denona mattes are just a little bit easier to blend than the Pat McGrath ones are, which is true, but if you have a little bit of patience, you can definitely also make the Pat McGrath ones work. Now, with this particular palette, I think that matte formula is better than I've ever experienced before, and this matte shade specifically is extremely easy to blend. It is the only matte shade I have on my eyes right now, and you guys see how versatile and beautiful this color is. Anyways, I went on a tangent, but I do think that the matte is a slightly different formula that is even better than she's given us before. So that palette, can't say enough good things about it. Absolutely love and recommend it. Now let's talk about the number 1 recommendation for the month of May, and it is also from Pat McGrath. Was the top 3 Pat McGrath? No, we had Armani in the middle, but I had 3 Pat McGrath products in the top 4. I am obsessed, and I acknowledge that I am obsessed. She just makes such good quality products. She could take all of my money, honestly, all of it. Anyways, my number 1 recommendation also from Pat McGrath is this palette right here. This is Mothership number 6, Midnight Sun. And you might think this is an older palette, it's a little random, but it's not, because I waited so much to finally buy this one, and this month I gave you guys this 5 looks 1 palette video with it, so I had a really good time playing with this one. Of course, I really like that because for a very long time I didn't buy Mothership palettes. I get to experience them all for the first time now, even though they've been out forever, and I like that you guys like watching me play with them. So this is Midnight Sun right here, and this palette is actually on sale right now at Sephora for 30% off, so I think the price is $87 and some cents, which is an incredible deal. Plus you guys can use Sephora points to get $10 off of the price. So I've seen your guys' comments that you've gotten this palette for really spectacular prices, and besides the fact that I played a lot with this palette this month and it's definitely one of my top Pat McGrath palettes in my collection, the fact that the palette is also on sale for 30% off makes it a really wonderful deal and a really wonderful recommendation for this month. So the sale hasn't ended, and I'm going to leave you the link to it below. Definitely check it out if you've been thinking about this palette. I think this is probably, I have 5 Mothership palettes total. Once I get the whole collection, I will for sure re-rank my palettes, but this might be in my top 3 of my Mothership palettes for sure. I absolutely love that this one is very versatile. It's got warm shades and it also has really nice cool tone shades. This color right over here would also make me cry. Look at how beautiful that shimmery sparkle is, and it is a topper type shade, so you can put that on top of any shade and just get that beautiful amount of shimmer on your eyeballs or even on your face, your body, like wherever. That is just some spectacular shimmer in this beautiful astral shade from this palette. Anyways, this right here is absolutely worth it, especially now that it's on sale for 30% off at Sephora, and I definitely highly recommend it. So those were my top 10 product recommendations from the month of May. I absolutely loved so many of the products that I tried this month. I really tried to limit myself to 10 because otherwise I would be listing you guys absolutely everything I tried this month, because I honestly tried so many amazing products. If you guys like this video in this format, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below, because I feel like I kind of like this format for myself better as far as favorites videos go. So I would definitely love your opinions down in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. Check out all of the links down below. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you guys so much, and I hope to see you back in the next video. Bye!